Welcome to Fizz and Fiction.
Woo!
Hello, I'm Kristen.
I'm Spencer. And this is our corner of the universe where we talk about books.
We love books.
We love books. And we love wine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love it.
I am currently drinking a Hugo Spritz that I've renamed the Spring Court Spritz to be fantasy.
Very nice. We love fantasy-y stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm just drinking Italian wine.
Because we also love Italian stuff.
Yeah, we also love Italian stuff. I mean, if I could just live in Italy
and read fantasy.
And read fantasy books.
The dream.
No, that's the dream.
The dream. Okay, I also will say, people go on, like, book retreats.
Yeah.
The new dream for us, like, we're going to have, like, our book retreat. We've talked about this before in the mountains. Mm-hmm. But a lifelong book retreat goal for us should be to go to Italy. Like, a really pretty piece of Italy. When we're rich. Countryside. And drink Italian wine and read books and just look at pretty scenery.
Oh, like a villa somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean...
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
One day.
Lifelong goal.
Y'all can join us.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Anyway. What are we talking about today, Spencer?
We're talking about Serpent and Dove.
Ooh.
Yes, Serpent and Dove was actually one of the first books that I really kind of saw on Book Talk.
Oh, that's neat.
Like when I was
a little baby TikToker.
Yeah, like when I was a little baby TikToker.
You were just a TikTok for a while.
Yes, a long while.
I think it was mostly just me sending you TikToks that made you get on it.
Yeah, and then I was like, I guess I'll do this. Yeah. And then world changed. And so that was one of the first books that when I used to get stuff for it picked up that I liked romance books. Yeah. And this was one of the first ones that was like romance books I recommend.
Oh, I love that.
Thing. So yeah, that was one of the first ones that I saw. I remember it vividly because of the
cover.
Because of the cover. So yeah, that was like one of the first ones on Book Talk that I saw. So I like that we're talking about it today.
And you read this one way before me, which is probably
I read it a while ago. I reread it last night. I was gonna skim read it, and I kind of skimmed over some of the parts that I was like, oh, I know this isn't
the boring parts.
Yeah.
She found the romance parts probably.
Well, there's not, and I will say that
the first half it's not.
Yeah, and
it's an enemies to lovers for true enemies to lovers.
And there's not really a lot of explicit stuff in it. It's very tame.
Yeah.
I think it's YA.
It's a good intro book probably then.
Yes, I was gonna say that. I think it is a great fantasy intro book.
Okay, yeah. Approachable.
Yes, it's approachable. It's easy to digest.
It's not super long.
No, there's not like a ton of characters.
And it's set in a world that I think you're familiar with. It's almost like like a small French town.
Yeah, you're not necessarily you're not wrapping your head around fae, and fairies and stuff like that. These are witches,
and we're all familiar with witches.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's a good fantasy intro book. I would say that for sure.
A gateway drug.
It's a gateway drug. But just a quick overview before we get into any spoilers. It is about a witch and a witch hunter.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time, witch and a witch hunter. And they're, I guess, I don't want to give too much away.
Their paths are forced to intertwine.
Yes.
And things happen.
Yeah, drama ensues.
The back is very nondescript.
It is.
I remember reading this. The back says, bound as one to love, honor, or burn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the back says it.
Okay. Yeah.
A witch and a witch hunter thrust into holy matrimony. There was only one way such a story could end: a stake and a match.
Yeah, it's as far as the book jacket goes, that is very vague.
That's all you get.
Yeah, but
they are forced into a marriage.
Yeah.
Which is the premise of the book. Yeah.
Fake, forced, arranged. No, it's not really arranged, but
that's forced. And enemies to lovers. They want, he wants to kill witches.
Yeah, and she is a witch.
In
hiding. Witches aren't.
He doesn't know that she's a witch.
Yeah, it's not good to be. It's not good to be a witch. You get killed.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah. But I'd give this book...
Yeah, what did you give it?
I'd give it a 4.2.
I think I'd give it a solid 4.
Yeah.
I think that it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I reread it last night. I got through it quick.
Yeah.
It's a quick read.
And I want to keep reading it, which is, I think that's like a key thing for me. If I'm reading a series, I'm like, do I want to keep reading the series?
Yeah, exactly. Because there are some where I'm like, oh.
I could do without.
Yeah, I don't really feel the need to, like, see what happens with you.
Yeah, like, your characters are fine.
Yeah, but I want to see what happens with Lou and with Reed.
Yeah. Same.
So I'd say it's a solid 4.2 for me.
Yeah. So that's all. If you don't want spoilers,
Leave.
Please leave.
Come back.
Go read Serpent and Dove.
Yep. After you've read it, come back here, and then you can enjoy the spoilers with us.
He spoils.
Yes.
Spoils.
Okay, so let's get into it. This book had a lot more religious factors and, like, elements than other fantasy books I've read.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
Like, the church was a character.
100%.
Yeah.
Are they cardinals? What was he?
Oh.
I'm not great at church lingo. I'm so sorry.
Well, the art was the archbishop.
Archbishop.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was a Chaucer.
Chaucer.
Which I think is...
Is that a real thing?
I don't know. I'm not...
I didn't fact check it.
I don't... Like, archbishops are the Catholic Church, right?
I think they're Catholic.
I'm not Catholic, so I don't really know, like, the hierarchy.
No.
But I think that might just be a made-up thing for this book.
Chaucer, yeah. Because Christians had the What are they called? Knights Templar.
Oh, yeah.
So I can believe that a church would have
that kind of
a force to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the ancient times. Because church had a lot of money. Like, especially back then. Like, they had all the money.
Yeah.
All the art that exists in Italy and in France, everywhere, is because the church paid for that. Because they had so much money.
Yeah.
I don't know why I started about Christian money. But, but it was a lot of religion in this book, but I think that it made sense because, like, the whole "thou shalt not suffer a witch to live," like, that is, like, the backbone of this book.
Yes,
I would say.
Yeah, I would say so too, and I think it makes sense because it is about witches and not necessarily about. It's fantasy, but about witches, not about, fae and fairies and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it goes hand in hand with witchcraft.
You could almost easily take out the fact that the witches actually had magic and still have a story.
Yes.
So they could easily be just, like, women that are accused of being witches.
Yeah, like...
And it'd still be, like...
Times of Salem kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and it was just it's just different.
An extra layer.
Yeah, it gave it something to set apart from other fantasy stuff that I've read.
Agreed.
Because sometimes, stuff is, can seem very similar. But this it's very...
It's its own thing.
Its own thing.
Yeah.
Favorite character?
I really liked, the Chaucer that was in charge of her. What's his name?
Oh, Ansel?
I loved him.
He reminded me of Liam from Fourth Wing.
Dude, that's why I loved him.
He was like his little bodyguard.
And he, like, figured out she was a witch. She's like, it's okay.
I know.
Oh.
That part when
she was, like, writhing in pain.
When she takes the witch's pain away, burning at the stake. And she basically burns at the stake.
Yeah.
And later Ansel's like, she already did it once. She doesn't need to do it twice.
Right.
Oh, he was great.
He's like, I know he's not the main character, but he is my favorite character.
Yeah. Do you want to guess who my favorite character is?
Is it the main guy?
Yeah. Well, he just reminded me of Kale, so it was just...
Oh my god! Is that why I did not...
He gave me Kale vibes.
Because, okay, do you need to marry some man that has, like, a savior complex?
No, I
feel like you do.
I appreciate...
Authority.
Yes, I do. But I appreciate his...
dedication
to his values.
Even his values were wrong.
They were, but it's just things that people... He was taught this way.
He was raised this way. And he was saved, and, like, he...
And
like,
he changes his mind. He's better... Trauma. He's better than Kale in that, where he changes his mind pretty quickly.
I can appreciate that. I did like him by the end. Like, I understood his motivations the whole time. I did understand his motivations.
I loved him the whole time.
I think it helped that we got some chapters from him, which I liked. We don't usually get that, like, in the first book of a fantasy novel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think, I'll take a step back in that I don't think it's not just that I like him. I love that dynamic with him and Lou. That fighting dynamic.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just like... I'm
sucker for it.
Oh, I'm here for enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I like witty banter.
Yes.
And I like that, like, and I like a strong female character. Like, I like that she was so...
I like that they challenged
antagonistic with him.
Yes.
Because she wasn't just, like, his enemy. She was, like, poking the bear.
Oh, 100%.
She's like, what's she gonna do about it?
Yes. And I love that.
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
And I love his reactions to it.
I like them as a couple. I can say that.
Yes.
I really like them as a couple. And by the end of it, when he starts cussing, I'm like, okay, it's going to be a good second book. I'm excited for the second book.
He starts to loosen up a little bit.
She's like, did you just cuss?
I love that she immediately draws attention to it. Did you just use a curse? They were in the middle of a fight. He uses a curse word.
She's like, aghast.
She just starts to laugh and just immediately it dissolves the fight.
They're a great couple.
Yes. I really like them a lot.
And I also love the trope of, like, she gets hurt at some point, and he's like, oh, no, like, touch her and die kind of thing. But when he finds out that, it was, like, right after they got married, and he found out that she was, like, beaten up by those goons.
Oh,
and he was like, I'll go kill him.
Oh, 100.
Don't
and
worry.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm like, yeah, bro, you go kill him. Because I appreciate, okay, this is the thing. So I appreciate that she's a strong female lead.
And she could kick ass, too.
She could kick ass herself, point blank. She's 100%. Great. She can go beat them up. And she does in the book. She kills them.
Yeah, at the end she does.
Yeah, she kills them. But I love where he wants to go beat them up. I'm like, yeah, do that for me, please. Go protect me. Yeah. I like that protective, like, protect your house kind of thing.
I'm here for that.
I love that.
That's great.
They got married. I remember even the first time I read it, and then rereading it, it kind of surprised me again how fast it happens that they get married.
Like, it's probably the first 5 chapters.
Oh yeah,
because it's like the big thing in the beginning happens with, like, the witch.
Yeah, her mother,
which we're talking about least favorite character. So the mother's the least favorite character.
Yeah,
I can't even talk. The mother's my least favorite character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that happens. He sees her, and then they almost immediately go to the theater and get caught.
Oh, yeah.
And forced to get married. Like, that's all, like, the first 5 chapters.
Yeah, it happens so quick. And even them, after she, like, frames him for, attacking her. Yeah, assault. Even that day, they get married that day. She goes and gets baptized, and
now, hindsight now, knowing that her dad is the archbishop.
Yeah.
Makes me so confused. And he knew who she was, is what they say at the end.
Yeah, and him baptizing her and basically almost killing her.
Yeah, I'm like, so...
He's my least favorite character, the Archbishop.
I think her mom was my least favorite character, because by the end of it, I appreciated him.
I appreciated the sacrifice but he didn't make it. Reed made it, and he fucking killed him.
Yeah, but
No, I hated the Archbishop.
I hated the mom the most.
Yeah, I mean, I hated the mom too. I think she just wasn't necessarily in it as much for me to have, like, some first-hand hate for her.
That's fair.
She was like a background hate.
That's fair.
I think in the next book, she's gonna be most.
Oh, that's so true.
She's just gonna be
the main big bad.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so weird that he, like, saw who she was and was like, I'll just marry her off to my favorite choss.
Yeah. It was weird.
But he thought he was protecting her also, but I'm like, I thought you hated her, and you do kind of hate her. That was the one part that I couldn't really, like, wrap my head around at the end.
All the parental lineage that was revealed.
Suck. Oh, I did like his mom being...
Yeah, but
that was the only one I liked.
I didn't expect them.
No, that was the one surprise. I think that was...
Yeah.
If all the parental surprises, that one was the biggest surprise for me. Was his mom being that lady and her being a witch.
And his dad being the king.
Yeah.
Because, if Lou dies,
they all die.
They all die, and he dies. And her realizing that, my heart breaks.
I know.
But yeah, I was not expecting it.
See, I do love how they were like, oh, you want one reveal about secret parents? We'll give you 2 main characters.
2 for the price of 1 book.
Surprise, no one knows who their parents are.
Right? Yeah.
They're all important.
Yeah. And I wonder if Archer's going to have any, like, interesting, like, parental lineage revealed. Because he was also a unwanted, whatever their last name is.
Who was Archer?
Not Archer. Oh my gosh, why did I say Archer?
I don't know, I'm trying to remember.
Ansel.
Ansel, okay.
I don't know why I said Archer. That was weird.
He's also he was also left at the stoop or whatever.
Yeah, they're the unwanted, like, orphans.
Oh,
so I wonder
Ansel, my baby.
I know. I wonder if he'll have some interesting.
I hope he gets love in the next book. That's
Me too.
That's my
Coco would eat him alive. I'm like.
But I do love their little, like, and, like, she makes sense with the prince, though. I kind of like that. At first I was like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, and I liked that.
I liked her a lot, actually, too.
I liked her a lot, and I liked that the prince wasn't an idiot.
He wasn't an idiot. He was, like, a bad human being, like, morally.
But knew it.
Owned it, and was, like, willing to help when his life was at stake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was, this is what I am, and I'm not gonna...
And there was, like, no love lost on him for his father, either. Like, no. He was like, yeah, he's shitty, too.
Yeah. No, I liked him. There's a lot of likable characters in this book.
And they're all, I will say, like, they're all very well thought out.
Yes.
Because I think that a lot of fantasy books, even with, like, 1,000 pages, they will throw a character in that just isn't well thought out, or doesn't have, like, any... They're just, like, there.
They're not, like, a value add.
Yeah, they're, like, a flat character.
Yeah.
But all the ones here, like, felt like they served a purpose.
Yeah.
And they have, like, good and bad qualities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I appreciate that.
I liked it a lot. Oh, yeah. It was... Oh, a lot of stuff always happens in the last 100 pages of these books.
That's the whole point.
I know.
That's literally how they tell you to write books.
I know. It's like, I'm like, what else is going to be revealed? Let's see. Predictions for the next book.
So it ends with them all getting away, right? They
get away.
They sketch off to the forest.
They sketch off to the forest. They're now running from...
Oh, we're going to Coco's house.
Yep, they're going to...
Right.
She's like,
her mom's...
My aunt, her aunt. In the whole book, you're very wary about this aunt because Lou is constantly thinking she turned me in.
Because blood witches and white witches, red witches and white witches,
yes,
don't necessarily get along.
Yeah,
historically in this series,
their magic is different.
They're probably often lumped together.
They're not friends.
They're not friends.
They're not friendly towards each other. Mm-hmm. It makes it seem. But yeah, they're going there,
and she reveals that she is the, like, they don't say queen, but she's the queen of the blood witches.
Yeah. I was very surprised. And like, I guess this goes wrong with the parental lineage thing with Reed. But I was surprised he had magic. I thought his rage was all just more of, he was pent up. Like I thought it was all sexual rage. Because he was...
Oh, you think that was from magic? Did they say that?
Yeah, they didn't say that, but that's what I think it is.
I thought he was just angry.
No, I think, like, looking back, that was my thought, like, retrospectively, was that this, like, rage in him that he's always had.
Because he hasn't been able to use his magic?
It's like a pent-up magic.
Interesting.
That's what I thought.
Huh.
Because reading it first, I thought he was angry because he was, a virgin. And he was like older, and he's like, hasn't done anything except kiss that girl.
Yeah. But she kind of sucked too.
I hated her. This is when I loved him, when they were in that garden.
Oh, and she was like talking with him on secret.
She was like, let's run away together. He's like, I'm married. And I like my wife. And I appreciated that a lot. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that he had magic, because retrospectively I was, saw his rage in him. I'm like, yeah, that's probably his magic.
I can appreciate that. That does make sense. I'm excited to see him come into his magic.
Yeah.
In the next book.
I'm excited to see,
and cuss more.
His mom, makes a comment, what if we've been wrong about the sons this whole time? They've just been giving their sons away because they think that women
are the only ones who have magic.
Have magic. Yeah. They should be giving all these babies away. These sons who are just probably out in the world somewhere.
Maybe Ansel has magic too then.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I want Ansel to find love and magic in the next book.
Yeah. We're here for Ansel. Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, there's probably just this,
unless they're killing, I think they're supposed to kill him, aren't they? Like, she was supposed to kill her son, I thought.
Oh, was she?
I think that's why it's a secret who his mom is. I think that, they kill the sons.
Oh.
Well, she gave it away. But I'm sure other moms did too.
Yeah, but they killing all these witches. You could have been, twice as...
Yeah, powerful.
But I also think it's like a very common theme in not just this book, but in like other books where witches are involved, where there's like female witches versus
warlocks.
Well, they don't. I feel like it's very common theme that female witches do not trust men with magic.
Should we?
I mean, it's not necessarily unfounded, but yeah, I feel like they.
Listen, I think that it should be allowed that we don't trust men with magic because men want to kill women for being witches.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole...
Like, what are they going to do with magic?
Yeah. Oh, they probably do horrible things.
Yeah. So, I think that's a very common theme, and I think that's probably why they never discovered that some of their boys had magic.
Yeah, or maybe they knew... Maybe, because that mom's just horrible, but maybe, like, at one point they knew men had magic, but they wanted to keep it all for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, her mom is so creepy when she's talking to Reed about her childhood, and he asked her if, you know, she had a... rough or whatever childhood, and she says no, like, I was pampered.
Yeah, for the slaughter.
Yeah, she was a pig raised for slaughter. Ugh.
And all her little friends, when she came back to, like, the White House, whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, this is so great. Like, you're so lucky. You should be so happy to be doing this for us. It's like, gross.
It's so gross.
I'm gonna go die now, thanks.
Yeah, it reminded me of, have you seen all of Sabrina on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we watched it together, I think.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, like, the early seasons when they had, the, like, Thanksgiving, they killed a young lady witch. They had a lottery, and it was such a blessing to be chosen, to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
But it turned out it was for nothing.
Yeah.
It's just, these people are just... They're
blindly
following.
Yeah.
All these girls. If it was you, how would you feel?
I'd get the hell out of there.
Exactly. And these girls would too. Maybe not some of them. Maybe some of them would be like,
some of them are brainwashed, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope. And, you know, this is a short book series, so...
It's like 3 books?
Yeah, it's 3 books. So, you know, I'm sure they'll save it to the end to, like, really...
get with each other. I feel like they'll have
battle her.
I feel like they'll have to pull apart the couple in the next book at some point.
Yeah.
For them to come back together.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna have to kill her mother, right?
Oh yeah, we're definitely killing that woman.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
And you know, it's interesting, and the Archbishop's dead now, but usually it's like the king who's given all these orders. And like has all this animosity towards like the magic or evil, but this is the Archbishop's like, I feel like he was a influence.
I mean, that's really how it was though back then. Like the church was in charge. Like, there were times a couple of popes were the Holy Roman Emperor also. So it's very indicative of the time that like there was no separation of church and state. It was like, they had just as much power. Have you seen the Medici family one?
Oh, yeah.
That's all about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But
I had to Google some of these French words.
I didn't even try. I was like,
well, they were...
not for me to know.
They were exclaiming them, and so I just Googled, I'm like, what are they saying right now? And they were just like little one words. I'm like, what is this exclamation? I knew it was just like some random word, but... Yeah, so I
wonder what they do when they translate it into French. Like, if this book is translated into French somewhere, like, is the word in, like...
Oh, if it's true to its language kind of thing?
Yeah, or they change it to, like, English.
That'd be weird.
That'd be so weird.
That would be so strange.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the book. I'm definitely going to continue with the next book. You already had the next book in your library on your TBR.
The next 2, yeah.
The next 2.
So you can borrow them.
So I need to get,
after I'm done with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll come back for Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Yeah. And you know, and I can't even remember the part, but she says Blood and Honey in it. And I didn't even realize it the first time I read it, but the second time I'm like, oh, I think that's the name of the second book.
Have you seen, there's like, I think it's Family Guy. There's like a scene where it's like, and, you know, they do like those one-off like scenes, but it's like, I love it when they say the name of a movie in the movie. And it's just, like, Peter Griffin. Like, they say the name, and he's like, oh, that's it. And then he like, sits back down. But, like...
I've never thought of that before.
But they do it in movies, but they also do it in books sometimes.
Oh.
Where they, like, literally will say the title of the book in the book, and it's just like, oh, it's like you feel like you like
you call it, you're like,
I spy.
Yeah, or like I'm in on the joke.
Yeah,
like, it's an insider thing.
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. So that's what it feels like. But yeah, they did say Blood and Honey.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah. So join us next time for Blood and Honey. Read Serpent and Dove. Come back.
And we'll come back.
Yes. And we'll talk about book 2.
Yeah. Until then, we'll cheers to... I'm going to cheers to Ansel, but you can cheers to...
I'll cheers to Ansel and Coco.
And Coco. We love
good side characters.
Good side characters are very important to the story.
They are. They're very much part of the backbone.
To the side characters.
Cheers.
Bye, friends.
Bye.